Hello, students. I hope you are well at home. Today we will do the chapter 17. The name of the chapter is Air Around Us. In this chapter, we will learn about the composition of air, importance of air for living organisms, balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in nature, air pollution. First of all, we will learn about what is air. As we know that air is present everywhere. Air has no color and no one can see through it, so it is transparent. But we can definitely feel it when it blows. The earth has a thick blanket of air which is called as atmosphere. The layer of atmosphere is protected by a layer of ozone which is present over it. The ozone layer protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun. These ultraviolet radiations cause many diseases like skin cancer, eyes problems in human beings. Now we will do next one is composition of air. Air is a mixture of gases. It consists of nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, rest of 1% is made by carbon dioxide and gases like argon, ozone, traces of water vapors, etc. Let us perform an activity to show the presence of oxygen in air. Place a lighted candle in the bowl containing water. See in the first picture. Cover the candle with the inverted glass as shown in the first pic. After burning for some time, the candle is extinguished as shown in second picture. The water level in the bowl also decreases while the water level in glass rises. This shows that the oxygen is required for the burning. When oxygen present in the glass is used up, candle extinguished and water from the bowl moves up into the glass to occupy the space of the air. Importance of air for living organisms. Air plays an important role in supporting the life of all living things that we see around us. Let us study them in detail. First of all, importance of air in plants. We know that in plants, food is prepared by the process of photosynthesis. In this process, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight is used to make the food for the plant. But during respiration in plants, this food is break down into the simpler substances and energy is released. Photosynthesis require carbon dioxide while respiration require oxygen from the air. These exchange of gases take place through small pores which are present on the surface of the leaves, which is called as stomata. See in this picture? Now we will do the respiration in animals. All animals, whether they are small like cockroach or big as an elephant, require oxygen for respiration. Organisms have specialized organ for respiration which are different from one species to another. For example, earthworm has moist skin that help them to breathe, while the insects like cockroach have small holes in their body which is called as spiracles, and human have lungs for the respiration. Now we will study about the respiration in earthworm. Earthworm respire through the moist skin. The earthworm lives in the soil and takes in oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide through its moist skin from the air present in the air spaces between the soil particles. Soil particles also have space in which the air is filled. Earthworm is very sensitive to the high temperature. So it prefer to live in the moist condition. So it is found in the soil. Due to this reason, they come to the surface in the moist condition. When it rains during rainy season, you will see that the earthworm comes on the surface. But in the case of excessive rain, waterlogging of the soil occur. This suffocate the earthworm and they cannot breathe as the air between the soil particle is get replaced by the water. So they come out on the surface. Now, respiration in aquatic animals. In aquatic animals like fish, they have gills and water passes through these gills. They take in the oxygen that is dissolved in the water for the respiration. The dolphin and whales have nostrils on the top of their head. These are called the blowholes. They come to the surface of the water regularly to breathe and use the oxygen from the air for the respiration. They come out from the surface to take the oxygen for the breathing. Now, respiration in amphibian. What are the amphibians? The animals, those live on land and water. They can survive at both places. These animals are called the amphibians. For example, frogs, salamanders, etc. They breathe through the moist skin and have well-developed lungs for the exchange of gases. When they are in the water, they will respire through their moist skin. But when they are on the land, they will breathe through the lungs. Crocodile and alligators have nostrils on their snout. See in this picture, they have nostril on their snouts. They expose some part of their snout to the atmosphere to take the oxygen from the air for the respiration. Animals like birds and mammals have a pair of lungs which help them to take in the oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide during respiration. We have lungs for the respiration. Balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in nature. The balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is maintained by the process of photosynthesis in plants and respiration in plants and animals. We know that during the photosynthesis in plants, which gas is produced? Yes, oxygen is produced. This oxygen is used by the animals and plants during the respiration, while carbon dioxide produced by the animals and plants during respiration is utilized by the plants for the photosynthesis. So plants play an important role in nature to support the life on the earth. Now we will study about the air pollution. As we know that air is a precious natural resource because it supports the life on the earth. Can we survive without air? No. Due to the changing lifestyle, increasing population, excessive use of fossil fuel like petrol, coal, diesel, and other human activities add many harmful chemical substances to the environment, which are very harmful for the living organism. Because with the increase of the population, industries are increased, they use more vehicles, they produce more smoke that pollute the air. These chemical substances are called the air pollutant. The continuous addition of air pollutants to the environment cause air pollution and reduce the quality of the air that we breathe in. This air pollution cause many diseases for the living organism. Now, I hope you understand all these topics. Thank you and have a nice day.